A very good morning to my dear students. I welcome all of you to our IP class. So today we are starting a new chapter which is societal impacts. So these things you all know these things. We are using regularly internet. We are browsing data regularly. So in that cases, there are some terms or some security issues are there. Now we are going to discuss such things in this chapter. So first it will be an introduction. In introduction, there in this book, this is Sumita Arora's textbook. So in this book, they are specifying our internet technologies like online payment or creating our website or we are if suppose we are browsing data or suppose we are chatting through Facebook. So what is happening and what are the crimes involved? What are our datas which are lost? Like that, some topics are covered. So first topic is digital footprint. So in this chapter only we are dealing with the concepts in internet only, not any programming language or programs or concepts like networking not are covered in this chapter. In this chapter we are covering about internet issues or internet laws, rights, plagiarism, cybercrime, cyber law, e-waste management and so on. So in this case we can refer the text Sumita Arora's textbook. So first we have to know what a digital footprint is. So you all know what a footprint is. You all know when we are walking in seaside, what happens? Our foots are marked, and when someone follows us, he can see our footprints. Like that, same concept in digital footprints too. So it is the records and traces of individuals leave behind as they use the internet. We all are using internet. When we are leaving internet, some datas are there. These datas, that means if next person come, he can see our data or he can see some datas, some information about us, which are known as digital footprints. So we are interacting in social media in many ways, but sometimes we can see in Facebook that if we visited some theater, then it will be displayed. We can share it. So some footprints are there. Locations visited. We are using check-ins in Facebook. We are using check-ins. So by using which hotel we stayed, which film we went, like that, informations are stored and another people who follows us can see this information. So these are digital footprints. So digital footprints are records or traces of individual activities. When we are using internet, our some data are recorded. These data are known as digital footprints. These are permanently stored in the database. So digital footprints is like our footprints. When another person came, he can see our footprints. Like that, digital means in computer we are using digital representation, digital not analog, digital zeros and ones are used. So in digital footprints means when we are visiting some site, you can see some cookies are enabled or some data are stored in our Google Chrome or Google ID. Some data are stored. So these are stored, these are known as digital footprints. Nothing but when we are visiting a site, its data are stored. These are known as digital footprint. Like in our beach, when we are walking, our footprints will be there, and when another person will walk after us, he can see our footprints. So this is digital footprints. So we have to control our digital footprints because that is next topic, managing digital footprint. Regarding these digital footprints, we must be careful because when we are visiting a website or when we are going someplace, it is recorded. So we must be careful about our digital footprints when we are active in the internet. So To manage, we have to manage our digital footprint. Some guidelines are there. First one is know what your digital footprint is. That means in social networking or some forums will be there. We are we can search our name. By using that, we can find that which data are shared by us, if it is available to every user, public, private, or our friends only. So we must be aware about our digital footprint. Then e-behave responsibility means which when we are visiting a website, we must be aware about that website. Some websites are tracking our data or storing our data, so we must be aware about that. Sometimes we will send mail to them, or our email id will be given to them, then they can trace us. So second one is e-behave responsibility. Then keep your digital footprint clean. That means if we are posting some videos or photos in all sites or to public, it will be available to all users in the world. So he can trace us easily, or he can collect our details easily. So we must be aware about our photos or our videos when we are using Facebook, WhatsApp, all. There are many options are there. Only share with contacts or only share with privates like that, or we can share with public. So we must be aware about that. That is keep your digital footprint clean. Then control the visibility of your information. The same thing, we can control who can access our data, who can see our information, who can access our photos. These all are controlled by, that is control the visibility of information. Then allow comments moderation. That means when we are not sharing any data, but when we are visiting any public site, then we can give comments to them. These comments are watched by all over the world, so we must be aware about that. So our comments will be in moderate. So we can also use block comments option. Suppose we don't want any comments, you can use block comments. Then think before you post. You all know this. So in digital footprint, be careful about what you share online. Where do you share? With whom you share? Be smart about sites you visit, emails you open, links you click. Sometimes there will be virus, sometimes there will be spamware, sometimes it will be phishing sites, like it will be steal our data. So we must be careful about. So digital footprint is the footprints which are created by digital. When we are visiting any website, our data are stored. These all are referred as digital footprints. So let's look some example of digital footprint. So digital footprint is nothing but that data that is left behind when users have been online. There are two types of digital footprints are there. They are active and passive. And active digital footprints are made by us. So suppose I am sharing some data in internet or in Facebook, and I am not controlling who can view these data, then he can easily any user or public can easily manage my data. So this is active digital footprint. So with the person's knowledge, that data are sharing, which is known as active digital footprint. Then what is passive digital footprint? So it passive digital footprint means my information is collected without knowing me. I will not be aware about my data are lost. Then somebody collecting my data from other users, suppose some other users, or by using some methods to hacking, to hack the data. So the person will not know what is happening. So this is passive. Active means we are creating footprints. Passive means my footprints are created by others. So that is passive. So examples of digital footprints are when we are posting Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or can view this. This is then sometimes there will be some surveys. We are filling some online forms. So and we are accepting that we want to receive some mail from that site. Then we are installing cookies. Sometimes when we are opening some website, then it will in the top corner there will be a message whether cookies we want to install some cookies, and then we are allowing. So these all are active. Active means by ourselves. Passive means we don't know about the cookies and we are installing the cookies and our data will be lost. And some apps, applications and websites use this type of data gathering. Then social media news channels and advertises so that use our likes, shares and comments to profile us and to serve up advertisements based on our interest. If suppose we are searching some in Facebook or if we are searching some in Flipkart, what happens? Next time when we are login or somebody, sometimes they send message to us this type of, suppose I am looking a laptop and in Flipkart, and after some time I purchased another one from other application or from by offline mode, and after purchasing also then there will be some messages from Flipkart that means your device is ready, your laptop is ready, you can buy this only less cost, like that. These are passive digital footprints because it is not created by us, but they are using our data. When we are searching, they are storing our data and they can find out our interest, because if I am interested in laptops, then a laptop's advertisement will be sent to us. Suppose I am looking for another type, suppose some clothes, then that advertisement according to our interest they are sending messages or data. So these are passive digital footprints. So in marketing also these passive digital footprints or footprints are used. So by using marketing purpose, if suppose I am searching some coaching classes, then that coaching classes, there were many institutions will be there, all data will be sent by us, for like that we can use, not we organization can use in marketing purpose also. Our digital footprints are used by them for the marketing purpose. So these are the different types of methods in digital footprint, active and passive. Next topic about digital footprint is net and communication etiquettes. That means netiquette. Net and communication etiquette is together known as by single word netiquette. So it is derived from combination from net and etiquette. So it refers to the online manners when we are using internet or when we are working online. We must follow some manners. So these are we must be truthful, respectful to others. So these are in net and communication etiquettes. So first one is refrain from personal abuse. You all know, don't use our internet to abuse someone. So some personal abusement based on their color, based on their occupation, anything. It is not good. And never spam. Spam means same advertisement or products are posted by again and again. So our friends can view that. So never spam. Then we have always truthful. That means that has many non-native English speakers avoid using, they may not understand. That means when we are using some website only English speaking people are there, then we must speak in English. Don't use our language because they cannot understand. Then correct content, we have to post correct content in respectful language. Then if suppose we are in discussion form, we have to stick on the topic. That means if they are talking about anything like topic about email, then we have to stick in that topic. We must talk about that topic only. Then don't we are expecting other people to do our work. Don't expect like that. Then do not post any copyrighted material in this internet. So these are the basic things we need to follow in the internet. So let's wind up this session. Thank you and have a nice day.